Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the Barrel Post Credit Show.
Where we talk about games we played, movies we've watched, and other
Things-
sort of stuff we've done.
Things in between. Everything else in between.
That was less than 5 minutes. The hamsters didn't need much water today.
Plot twist, we didn't put any hamsters in. Plot twist. Plot twist, there's no hamsters.
I've been lied to.
Welcome.
Welcome, I'm Nick.
I'm Tony. Welcome to the show.
Greetings.
Welcome to the show.
Greetings, Tony.
Good day.
Greetings.
Good evening.
So this is why, Tony, in the other thing, I shut the one thing off that caused our camera to go loopy. The white balance keeps changing us from our regular skin tones to slightly more like red hues.
So I'm becoming not white?
Yes? Yes.
You're not wrong.
I looked like I had a sunburn in a lot of things. It's like, I haven't seen the sun in days.
What is that bright thing in the sky? Welcome.
Cool.
Let's get this shoe on the road.
I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I also watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. God, that's probably the best episode I've seen in a long,
that was
really good time. So we got a Hitchcock and Scully origin and conclusion.
Well,
all in one episode.
This one's really funny because there was a throwaway line, and I forgot what season it's in, but they talked about diet pills. When Gina and Amy and Terry were on that weird diet where they could only eat the sliver of like cantaloupe and stuff.
Yeah.
Where Scully says, back when diet pills were a fad, I did take them, but it was just because they gave him energy, and it switched to the flashback of them in the 70s, and it was the two of them. They were still bigger guys, still kind of buffoons, not doing very good stuff, and he has a heart attack. This new episode takes place in the 80s, so the best part is the internet has pretty much solved all problems for them. Scully was telling the story, but the flashback we get is the image that Terry, Gina, and Amy have of them. Because, again, they've never seen them. They would totally figure that they were always those two idiots.
Right, because when they pulled the picture from the case file, Jake
goes,
like,
they were hot! Like,
yeah.
Or, no, that's Charles who goes, they were,
I'd bang them.
Yeah,
or
like,
something,
essentially,
something
it was one of those, it's like, they were the cat's meow or something like, he said something really stupid.
Something Charles.
Essentially, Jake goes, well, but yeah, they were, like, holy smokes. So no one knew what they looked like. So if the flashback was from the other three's point of view,
they would think that.
They would think that they've always kind of looked that way, and they just put, the 60s or the 70s mustache on one and gave, So everybody on the internet's just like, we agree this is now canon. That is why. And
I didn't even think about that flashback.
And neither did I. But it fits, and I'm like, all right. So they're like, they've made a like, one person was mad because they made an error. Everybody else was like, it wasn't an error. It's totally, the flashback was in their heads. This flashback was
the real
flashback. So
the real Hitchcock and Sully.
And they were the most badass guys out there.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Until
the kings of the 9-9 until
Slut Wings.
Or the Slut Sauce.
Slut Sauce. Well, Slut Wings.
Slut
Bucket. That's the one it was called. So good. Oh, what? How bad could one be? Just one wing.
How bad could one wing be?
And I love how neat of a bow that was.
Perfect.
For their character.
Yeah. Well, because their characters are still, like...
They're doing it for the right reason.
They're doing all these things for the right reasons. They're doing they were genuinely good cops. They're genuinely good guys, even though they're creepy as all heck.
And turned into that.
Yeah. They've turned into that because of, really...
One thing.
There was one catalyst in their life. This was the butterfly effect of their life. They stepped on the one chicken wing, and it was...
They put it in their mouth.
They put a chicken wing in their mouth, and the rest is history.
Slut sauce. It's not a solid.
Nothing goes through.
So good.
Yeah, and it was nice to have that episode.
Yes.
Because Scully and Hitchcock, to be fair, were very side characters when that show started. And they have been perfect characters to have in the background doing things every once in a while.
They just have to say one dumb thing every episode.
Labia.
Yep. What was from episode 1 of the season 6 where it's like we're allowed to say that word?
Labia.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Labia?
Labia.
Every they're talking labia. You have to stop saying that word. Are we allowed to say labia again? But and they're just cops out of a different time zone essentially.
Yeah.
The big piece now is they're morons because they're still thinking like
and
they
because
did
of this
in the 70s
massive
and
bust
80s.
that they had.
Yeah.
That propelled them to where they are, and
Yeah.
that's why they have never been fired.
Yeah.
Death duty, death duty, death duty. When you're
death duty.
Yes, I mean
oh. Along with that, I also watched The Good Place.
I also watched The Good Place.
IHOP.
IHOP. They went to a real IHOP.
Don't touch it.
It's still the whatever.
It's still the thing. Don't touch.
Jason said the most insightful thing he has ever said in the entire history of the entire show.
Chidi stands up to do one of his Chidi things, and it's like, I've got this. And you're like,
oh
no.
no, Jason's gonna fuck it up.
Everything's going
he's gonna
wrong.
He's gonna talk to the judge. He's gonna say something.
He's gonna get turned into a slug or something stupid.
Or he's gonna say something, and everything's gonna go wrong. No, he says the right things at the right time.
And again, the show takes a turn that I didn't see coming at the end, which makes it.
Yep. Every episode is. The more and more like cliffhangers that I see like this leads me to believe that this might be the last season.
No, they've got another. They've got picked up again.
They got picked up again?
Like for 2 more seasons.
What? That's so wild.
Like Dan Goor has a plan. Where it all leads, I don't know.
He's got a little pin board and the cork board in his office where he's like this goes to this string here and then.
Well, and because in all honesty, you could legitimately at this point go.
Because they're doing a reset, but not a reset.
They're not. Yeah, they're doing a reset, but not a reset. But at this point, if you really wanted to throw everything for a loop, legitimately, this is the architect. Why can't I think of his name?
Oh, Michael.
Michael. This is Michael's hell.
Yeah.
So that could be the cliffhanger to the end of this actual season, is you find out that actually Michael's been in the bad place. He's actually a human, and like. They could keep going in all these stupid directions, though.
Yeah,
because there's no actual concrete...
Yeah, we never know solid answers other than nothing. Other than nothing.
Other than I'm having an enjoyable time watching this show every time I turn it on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my shtick, is it's like, oh man, that's awesome. Like, I fully enjoy everything that they keep doing.
Yeah, anything could happen.
So this one, like, the judge goes to Earth, comes back in
like
all of 5 seconds, and it's like, oh my god, that place is
messed
up.
Earth is bad, man.
They thought I was black. They do not like black people.
I tried to buy a tomato.
So I did the research, and I ended up on a port.
Big juicy tomato.
It's impossible to be good down there. So yeah, we get back. We're getting a neighborhood again. Like we're getting some cool stuff.
Janet babies.
They brought what's his name back?
Derek, but I can't remember the actor's name.
Neither can I.
From Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
He's also on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I like him in bit parts. I don't like him when he becomes a full-on character. He's too much.
I'm interested to see where his character. I think they basically just brought him on for one episode.
Maybe
one or two episodes.
He might be in the next one a little bit just to drive Jason
a little bit crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah. But yeah, he's not going to be a permanent.
No.
He was never a permanent on Good Place anyway. So.
No, he wasn't, or even on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like he kind of showed up. He was there for part of a season, and then
he comes in.
He comes in and he goes, which is good because, like I say, I'm not a giant fan of. He's a large presence. And not in a like Jake Peralta large presence way.
Watching him in Nailed It was basically his character in all the shows that he does.
That's because it's him.
Yeah.
Like he legit just shows up and he's him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think stand up, I might like him.
Maybe.
But as just a comedy actor, it's like you're a little much
intense
to be in every scene of a show.
Intense.
Yeah. It's very intense. But yeah, IHOP was fun.
Yeah, something.
And again,
dimensional something or other.
International.
Something of house.
Interdimensional house. Whole of
something
pan.
Dimensions.
Some pan.
Ends with dimensions. It's got to be.
Well, no, it ends in P. It has to be a P.
I don't know.
Either way.
IHOP. And then they end up going
10th dimension.
And then they go to a legit IHOP.
They go to just to stop the humans from freaking out.
But you're technically still there.
Remember, you're still here. Then they switch to a boardroom. Chidi gets up again to talk.
Wow.
Every time Chidi goes to do a long-winded speech, it stops somehow. He falls.
I also saw the time knife.
I saw through all the Time and space. Oh yeah, the time knife.
Well, okay, so I saw the what?
Yeah. So like I was saying, oh my God.
Yeah.
Such good actors on that show.
Good.
Ted Danson is the character who
Ted
plays
Danson.
Michael.
I missed him a lot. This is great for him.
This is awesome. I've always liked Ted Danson.
Watching him do, watching all the things that they make him do.
Yeah. He's such a good actor.
Yeah. And the one piece where he was gonna be evil.
Yep.
Again, that was great.
Yeah, but Ted Danson's always he did a lot of movies and that kind of stuff way back, and then he kind of just, I think, lived off of Cheers money.
Maybe.
And then it's like, you know what, this could be fun.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Yeah. In all honesty, that would be the best place to be as an actor. It's like, bored, I wonder what people are doing. You just send out an email to someone.
I'm open.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, bing,
yeah.
bing, 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 bing.
Well, apparently Bill Murray, if you want him to work for you, there's a number you call that people in Hollywood know, and it goes to an answering machine, and you leave a message.
You can see if he gets back to you.
And if he gets back to you, you've won. If you don't hear from him, you don't hear from him.
That's funny.
There's no call. There's no representative that calls going, Bill heard your message. He's not interested. Bye. Click.
His voice messaging machine is his agent.
Yeah. So he listens to his messages and goes, no, boop, no, boop, no, boop.
That seems like a really good life.
And it's like, damn, I wish I could do that. Sit at home and be like, job sounds fun today. I'll do it.
It's a YouTube video? Sure, why not? It's just down the road, sure.
Yeah.
It's the next... Oh, I don't want to go that fast.
Will you pay for my flights? Oh, you didn't say that in a message? Nope.
I said I have to take what bus to get down there? I have to take public transit.
Public transit. So yeah.
Brooklyn Nine. Yeah, I also watch those too. So good.
My Dan Gore shows. I've been watching Game Grumps. So if you're Netflixing, that their latest episode has Weird Al Yankovic in it.
Okay.
They play Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, good.
Pretty stellar. So not to stop watching this show. But if you like Weird Al, totally go check out Game Grumps, because they play Wheel of Fortune with Weird Al for half an hour.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And the best part is one of them knows it. And the one guy's awestruck by Weird Al being there, so he's a complete doofus the entire time. A word that a person should know, the puzzle, he's just like, and then it gets to Weird Al, and Weird Al's puts in the word, puts in the two letters, and they're like, oh my god, because they're just so in awe, I think, of having Weird Al sitting with them playing games. That was fun to watch. Other than that, I haven't watched much TV. I've tried Brawlhalla on my Switch because it was free.
Just came out. It's been out for a while, but it's
been out for a bit. Rayman's in it somewhere if you pay for him.
I'm not paying for that.
There's a lot of fighters in that game if you.
So Brawlhalla, it's a 2D version.
It's a 2D version of a Smash type game. So
yeah, platformer. It's a platform fighter.
Platform fighter. Hit them off edges. Hit them away. Hit them up. Hit them to the side. Hit them down. Don't let them jump back up.
So what makes it inherently different other than the art style?
You can wall jump. So if you can actually get a good wall jump going on, you can get back up from quite far down.
Okay.
2, there's your fighter is basically a punch kick machine for a while until weapons fall.
Okay.
Then you have to go pick up the weapons and then charge them up, and every weapon does something. So I was playing as an orc. And
now are these named characters, or is it just this is orc? This is...
He's got a name, but he's legitimately an orc.
Okay, but it's not like a license,
No, they didn't go to Warcraft and be like, hey, can we have Thrall?
Yeah, no.
No, the Rayman, I think, is the only character I've seen in that game that's named. But the orc has, an axe.
Okay.
Or he has a gun. Weird gun thing.
Steampunk.
Sure.
Steampunk.
You don't get to pick which weapon you get.
Oh, okay.
So... you'd rather have the axe,
but
you end up with the gun thing, and it's not like you can drop it and try again.
Not like Smash.
No. So, it's very basic, it's very simple. The controls are a little too... not floaty, they're weird. They're too... for me. It's not precise. Where Smash has taken that time to tighten up all of that stuff. Well, I know I can spin on a dime. I know I can do this.
Well, and you know that this character's got these attributes. So this one's gonna jump higher than the other. This one's got a good run.
Yeah, Brawlhalla just feels floaty and kind of weird. And I mean, it's free. So if you're looking for a free game, it's not like it's bad. It's just not the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Along with that, I also bought Tales of Vesperia.
Mm.
It is a Tales game through and through.
Do you like Tales games?
I do
then
like
you
Tales
then you play then that you play Tales games.
The one on the GameCube.
Oh.
Tales of Symphonia.
That sounds about right.
Classic. One of the voice actors from this game, the guy who plays the redhead on the back of the box, whose name I can't remember at this very point in time, totally voices the main character in...
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah! He voices the main character in the new one.
Is it the same character?
Nope. Same voice actor.
That's awesome. That's awkward.
So, yeah, I was listening because you can pick Japanese or English, and I'm like, oh, I'll listen to the English guys, because it's not like Dragon Ball where I know the Japanese voices.
Mm-hmm.
This one I'm like, whatever, so I hit the button, and all of a sudden he starts talking, and I'm like, I recognize that voice already.
Plot twist, it's the same character.
You're basically playing a giant anime movie.
Yep.
It's all these Tales games are. The combat system's fun, because it is, you get an arena ring.
Yep.
You can freely run in it.
And you can do multiplayer, right? Or some of them you can, some of them you can't.
This one I don't think. This one apparently was, there's a multiplayer mode.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Not as fun.
But
well, I guess Tales of Vesperia is not a new Tales game, though.
No, it's a remaster.
Yeah, so it's an older one.
Of the PS3.
Yeah, so it's not quite a brand new Tales game.
No, and it's fine, because the only Tales game I have played, it legitimately has been Tales of Symphonia, and it is. It feels like an old school RPG. You feel like you're playing the older games. I've played Tales of whatever it was for the Super Nintendo, back when it was just a 2D side-scroller that you got to, and I loved that combat back on the Super Nintendo, on the Japanese imported game that I had on my computer that someone had done the translation for.
Fun.
Someone did a really good job. Like, it was a very playable game. But yeah, like, it was 2D, you would run, you could jump. You could actually jump over the bad guys in combat, so like if they were shooting arrows, you could jump over them. Same with this game. Like if the guy comes in to charge at you, you can legitimately just...
Circle strafe him?
Yeah. You missed. Like...
But they can also do that to you.
They can. So, and then yeah, your NPC characters you can set to do certain things like heal and this and that depending on what they're...
I'm never a huge fan of those RPG games where they allow you to program your NPCs, because I can never get it right.
The Tales games are the pretty good job, because legit, like, the girl you get in the castle, which is, like, the first level, she's a healer. She's not meant to fight. She's just gonna heal.
What I liked about the one system, the one game that actually did do that really, really well, I think, Final Fantasy 12.
12 or
12 did it. 12 did it really, really well.
Yeah.
Because you could program your characters to be like, okay, use a potion, but only use it when I'm, 10% health. Or like 30% health or something like that. But if I'm like less than 10%, like right away, use this potion instead. Yeah. I like that where it's the fine-tuned details.
These guys are pretty good about being able to. I've never had an issue with the Tales games, to the point where it's like, I've been like, oh, it's stupid NPC not doing what I need to do. They heal you when you need to be healed. They don't heal you when you're like you've taken one hit, unless they have a mass amount of like. Their power. Yeah. And they're just like, I'm bored, heal. Can you get hit? Can you stop avoiding contact? And the bad guys will go after the NPCs too. So like if you have the healer who tends to strafe around the outside of the circle, the bad guys will every once in a while start heading that way.
That's how you take down its party.
It is how you go after the healer. Again, that is why the World of Warcraft card game did not work.
Go after the healer.
Well, because one of you is the raid boss. So, like, that's how that... So, the card game, you could fight each other. Before Hearthstone was a thing. There was the actual physical trading card game. You could fight each other, so it was like Orc Warrior versus Human Mage or whatever it happened to be. So, you'd fight. And your equipment cards were essentially what was helping you win. Then they're like, but you can also work together. So, here's, like, the raid box. And I'm like, all right, I'm in. I'll buy this thing. So, you bought... One guy was a dragon with a ton of powers... And a lot of them was random generated powers. But still, it's like, you do this thing, and it's like, you get 3 whelps on the board, so you put 3 tiny dragons on the board. And it's like...
Ads.
Well, they're ads, and I'm like, you can't hit me until you've killed them, because they're now guarding me. And 2, they're all going after the priest.
I chose that as a player. That wasn't part of the character class. I'm choosing to do that now.
So if there's anybody who's playing a warrior, they can use like their one move to like protect from one.
They can't use a provoke or anything?
Maybe they could, but again, it only works on so many things.
Well, I'm sure if they fleshed that out, it would be a better system.
It could have been. They did not think it through. Because I remember playing, and I'm like, guys, everybody gets like 3 or 4 characters, because that's how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to go at this thing with like 5 or 6 other people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, everybody gets like 2 decks, because I had enough to do it with. I'm like, go for it. And so I took out the healer, and everybody else was like, they were taking damage just from the other things I was randomly doing. It's like, stuff falls from the ceiling, you take 10 damage, and it's like, Priest character's like, I have nothing to do, I have no spells! Priest dies, I'm like, well, this is gonna be easy. Everybody's like, we're done, and I'm like, this was junk. And then the last thing I played was Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, for the Switch.
Confusing.
I'm not disappointed. I'm confused, but that's Suda 51.
I'm just mad. I think I'm just upset that this is the game that he decided to publish and direct all on his own. Because he hasn't done that in a while.
No.
Like, he's put his name on stuff, but not as a full-on director.
No.
Like, it's... Like, this is how you choose to come back.
The
one game that made you... Well, I mean, other games have made him popular, but this is the one game that you're known for.
Yeah. I take another Killer 7.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Killer 7. But, like... But, yeah, like... It's No More Heroes. It's that one Wii game that everyone loved.
Because you actually had to,
Jack off.
Yeah.
You
can still do that in this game.
Yes, you still save on a toilet,
still
right?
Save on your toilet. I tweeted that out last night. Some things never change. The game is very arcadey, at least the part I've played.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point is, though...
You're in an arcade, aren't you?
No, you're in a trailer, so you
get put in a VR...
You get... It's sort of VR. The system essentially attaches through gloves, like a power glove type thing, but that sucks you into the actual game system.
Okay.
So there was this game system that came out that only, like, the prototypes only got made because it was such a dangerous console.
Okay.
That's where we're headed to so far from what I have played, is I get, like, a fax that goes...
Okay, there's the Suda.
Oh, yeah. There's so much Suda pieces in this that you're like, yeah. That goes, like, don't play too much because it does cause, like, brain damage. And, like, all of this other stuff. And then, what's the other thing you go next to? But you can go into the game system. Part of it is you get attacked at the beginning by, I forgot what his name is now.
It's one of the old assassins that you tried to kill.
It's one of the old assassins. You end up killing his daughter.
Oh.
So he's now after you to take you out. But essentially what ends up happening is you can play as him. So you can switch between Travis, and you can switch between this other guy. And they both have different health. So if you're starting to go down on health, you can switch to the other one and fight. What ends up happening, though, is as I got out of the first level, you beat the boss of this game, who was, like, your hero.
Okay.
Because, like, you grew up with this character that you're like, he's my hero, and you have to kill him because he's the end boss.
Okay.
So Travis gets out of it, and he goes, I guess there are no more heroes. And you're like,
that's the Suda thing.
Whoa! And then you can run around the trailer.
Of course.
So you can go to the bathroom and save. You can buy new T-shirts off the internet. The T-shirts are all from indie games that are available on.
Now, is that the indie piece?
I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. But, like, I have a Crossing Souls T-shirt on Travis now, which is totally cool. You can put a T-shirt on the other guy. All the T-shirts you start off with are Unreal Engine T-shirts because it's on the Unreal Engine. Then you can go outside, and that's what I've done the next piece of, is I've gotten on Travis's motorcycle.
Okay. That was the fun part.
You don't drive it.
Not as fun.
It takes you to, it looks like a Apple IIe game, black-green.
Okay.
Pixel graphics. And the story there is the guy who's come to kind of kill you is actually in search of these 6 demon balls.
Oh, these are like the
They're the game cartridges for this game console. And apparently if you get all 6 and or 7 of them, of these balls, you can make a wish. if you beat them
Sounds
all.
completely original.
Completely original. So essentially what the storyline, from what I've gathered, is now that he knows you have the console, he's working with you to get these things so he can wish for his daughter to come back.
Okay.
Whether Travis lets him make that wish at the end of the game, I don't know. I don't know what the rest of this Apple IIe part of the game is, because it opened up with a really long-winded story that even Travis complained about.
That's a Suda thing.
Very Suda. So this game is totally, the storyline, still very Suda.
Okay, so this takes place after, this must take place after 2.
I guess so. I don't think I ever made it through 2.
I did. It's basically what you expect.
Yeah.
It's cheesy.
Yeah. So, but the gameplay is it's top-down. At least the first level I played was a heavy attack, a light attack. You can jump attack. You can jump heavy attack. You can dodge.
Mm-hmm.
You can dodge attack. You can dash attack. Like very basic controls. The bad guys you're fighting are all different. So the only problem with the top-down thing is you're not quite sure what they are.
Okay.
So some of them you can hit with one light attack and they die. Some you have to hit with a heavy attack and they die. Some need to
are you
like.
still using the lightsaber? That's
Yeah,
lightsaber.
Yeah.
And do you still charge it up like?
So if you're playing in handheld mode, you have to click the left stick and jiggle the right stick, which is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's great for your controller.
Because, well, no, if you move the left stick at all, you stop charging. So you legitimately have to, like, press it down, not move your left hand while jiggling your right hand.
That seems okay.
Or if you're playing in dock mode,
Okay.
Right
so
back to it's
that?
Yep.
Might have to buy this now.
You can try it. It's also got co-op.
Yes.
So the bad guy also charges the same way, but it doesn't have the effect on the screen. He holds it like here and like twirls his
that's
back.
not as fun.
Because again, he's not Travis, so.
But
it's not quite the same. He still saves on the toilet, but.
Weird.
You eat ramen noodles to
Yep,
help.
that's normal.
There's now a ramen blog you can go on to.
Cool.
So it keeps track of all the ramen you've eaten. Again, you can find shirts in the game. You gain money in the game. The money you can buy new shirts with, and there are
this game sounds perplexing.
It's a Suda 51 game.
I guess I don't know what else I expected.
Nope, I don't know. Either way, it's fun. The conversations Travis has with everybody is very Travis Touchdown, very Suda 51-esque.
It's very cheesy and very.
And then he just finally goes on too long and he just threatens to kill you, sort of thing.
I miss that.
The boss fights were fun. The one boss literally comes out and has a dialogue with you, and Travis is like, "You're a mid-boss. Why are you talking so much? Like you're just supposed to pop out and."
It's very meta.
And it's like, well, because he knows he's in a video game.
Yeah.
Like this time, he definitely knows he's
in a video game.
He's been transported into a game. So whether the other games are obviously going to be different is a question. But between now the motorcycle, whatever's going on with this, it's different than the first level I played in the Death Machine Mark II or whatever it's called. So there's also Nintendo Power magazines.
Well, I mean, this is being Nintendo published, so.
It's not Nintendo Power. It's based on, again, this demon console that you've got in your trailer.
Okay.
But there's a shelf of the magazines, so you take them out, and one of them like it's an advertisement, the big posters that used to come out.
Yeah.
That's essentially what you're reading is the old foldouts.
That's fantastic.
And you can zoom in and read the articles and everything on that sheet.
I expected no less than that. That's pretty good. It's pretty good details.
There's some cool shit.
But it's not like, it's not what I expected, but it's still good.
I didn't know what to expect, so I think I was okay. Because, again, with those games, every time I get a No More Heroes game, it's always different.
I think you could just extend that to Suda 51 games.
And that is also true, because Killer 7 I still don't know how to beat, and I own it.
I have it on the PC. I don't know what's going on.
Hit red dots, I think?
I don't know.
Kill things? So many bullets.
Artistically.
Yes.
With style.
With style.
Suda needs to make a Devil May Cry game.
Suda needs to totally meet up with
Hideo
Kojima.
I think that they would... The game that they would birth would be...
One, it would never come out. Two...
It would never come out, and I don't think the world would be ready for what that would be.
No, that's what causes the end of the world. That's
endgame. That's the endgame.
That's the endgame. That's
it. It's endgame. It's Suda 51. It's a Suda 51 and Hideo Kojima game, published by Atlas.
End of the world.
And it's a Persona game.
Yes.
If they made a Persona game, that just would... I don't know that I would... I don't think I would ever leave my place.
You wouldn't be allowed to.
That's part of the game.
Because it's VR for one thing, and once you strap on the headset, it ain't coming off. It's part of the game. That's all
I gotta listen to that.
Done, though. Nothing crazy, nothing huge, nothing...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine for me.
Yeah.
Good place, is cool.
Yeah.
I'm slowly catching up on Superstore.
Yeah.
That show, I'm on season 2 now, and you can see that season 1 happened, and then they realized that they
had a show.
The show. And so now things have a budget.
Yeah, they do.
The break room changed, the front end changed, camera shots and different things look a little cleaner.
Guys, we're in HD.
They got money.
Yeah.
They got new cameras.
Yeah.
They got better script writing. I'm really glad Dina stopped having a crush on Jonah.
Yep.
I'm glad because that was probably the dumbest part of season 1. I was like, this is.
In all honesty, it's
I like
the Charles to Rosa.
Rosa, yeah. It
like
is.
Once that ended, I'm like, this is good.
This is delightful.
This is nice. Cause
yes, and they still have they maintain their relationship. But
yeah, they're still friends, but
it's this is equally as funny.
Yeah.
This is equally as funny.
The stalker thing is only funny for so long.
Yeah.
And usually it's like
it's one note.
It's very one note, so it can only go
one way or the other. And you don't want it to go the right way. You want to go the wrong way.
Yeah, like
so
you don't want the guy who's been fawning over this chick in the weird way.
Yeah.
Like in the creepy fashion where it's like, I bought tickets to every movie.
Which one do you want to go?
Which one do you want to go to? It's like, tone it down.
Yeah. So yeah, like I'm glad they started and ended that as they did, because in season 2 it's so much better.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried going into season 2, like, are they going to do the whole, we're going to add a new character in, and they haven't yet. That I've known. I mean, I'm on season 2, so I don't know if they do any in season 3 or 4.
Not that I know of. Not main characters. They'll bring in people, obviously, to,
Yeah, like cameo, things like that, but like permanent cast members. Like, it doesn't seem like that so far. Yeah, that show is just delightful. It is just one of those things that's like, oh, cool. This can happen. This can happen in an office sense.
The worst part is, like I said the last time, with the customers,
like
you sit there going like, oh, that's an exaggerated fact as to what would happen.
No,
no,
that's not far off from the truth.
That's actually what happens sometimes.
Yes, it's not far off. It's, the piece about the crows going into the store, I'm like, this is what, I can see this happening this way.
Bing, bang.
I'm putting the bird seed to try and lure it out. No, it's the opposite happens.
You do the dumbest stuff when you have a bird in the store, just saying.
Yeah, no, that show's great.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go, I've been playing a lot more of that lately because Groudon and Kyogre are out now. And making shiny versions of them. And my significant other apparently got 2 back-to-back.
Whoa!
And I haven't gotten a single one.
Aww.
So now I have to fight her for it.
Give me your phone!
I'm gonna make you trade it. So yeah, I've been doing that, and after this, I'm going out and doing some Feebas.
Nice.
Not so community day thing. Apparently it's pretty rough.
Oh yeah. Just not happening.
Well, apparently, so what happens is you research quests that you get for these 3 hours, and then you can capture a Feebas. And people want it because the shiny variant is in the game. I think it's like purple, which
that's always good when the shiny actually is.
It's not the same color as the other. It's purple, but apparently not only are the research tasks ridiculously difficult to complete, they're like time consuming.
Yeah.
The shiny rate's really low. It's like 1 in 100, and the fact that like one of them is like, oh, you need to make 10 nice throws. I'm like,
woof.
Nick out. That's 1.
Nick out.
Make 15 great throws.
The community,
hatch an egg.
The community days I've gone to with, it's been like, if it's Squirtle Day, it's like catch a Squirtle or catch 3 Squirtles.
Yes.
See 3 Squirtles.
Or make 1 great throw. Or make not make 10 great throws.
Pee in the toilet.
Hatch an egg. I'm like, and everyone's like, but I have a lot of 10-kilometer eggs right now.
Yeah.
I can't. And the thing is, it's only on for 3 hours.
Start hoofing it.
Well, that's why I started saving my 2-kilometer eggs, so I can put them into the purple incubator, so that I only have to walk like 10 steps.
Yeah.
If I need to hatch it.
Ugh.
It's like, oh, and for 3 hours. And I don't know if you know this, in Europe, they had their event already. It's blisteringly cold for them.
Right. It hasn't been all that nice here either.
And I was just gonna say, us here, unless you're in like the southern states, you're gonna be frozen out.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if I want to put that much effort when
got to minus 40 something in Saskatoon the other day.
Correct.
Canada.
Yeah, and there's reports people going like, you know what, we had like a group of 10 people with us. We did like 200 plus research tasks and only 2 shinies.
Woo woo.
And I was like, it's like we should have just stayed home. Like we wasted more fuel.
Guy lost 2 fingers to frostbite.
We wasted more money on fuel driving around.
Or that.
And it's like that's what I'm gonna end up doing because I need to. I'm gonna at least try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna at least try. You can't get it if you don't try.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I'm gonna go as crazy as like, I'm in 60 something things. I'm just gonna do like 5 or 6 or 10.
See what happens.
And see what happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna lose any sleep because. But yeah, like this is probably one of their worst events, like in-game events in a long time apparently.
Gross.
And if you're in the Asia region, you get yours last. And in Asia, it's great weather. It's always going to be great weather.
Pretty much.
So, GG. But apparently, with the rates being so low, it's kind of rough. So,
live and learn, Niantic. Live and learn.
Basically.
Yep.
I've been preparing for my pre-release next week.
Nice.
My store, or this week rather. We've got a pre-release for the next set for Pokemon, Sun and Moon Team Up.
Excellent.
The introduction of a brand new style of GX Pokemon where they put 2 Pokemon on one card.
What sorcery is this?
Yes. So I think the idea is that you have 3 attacks on the card. One attack is from the one Pokemon. The other attack is from the other Pokemon.
And then the last one.
The last one is a big game-breaking effect
that you get to use
once per game. And if you knock out this card, it's 3 prize cards instead of 2.
Jeepers creepers.
So, welcome to the power creep, I guess.
Man.
Welcome to the power creep. Apparently. So...
One day there's going to be a card, everybody, that's worth 6 prize cards in its game.
Technically. They have that right now. There's an attack that can do that. They can take 6 prize cards in one turn. But it's ridiculous. So, and good luck to all those competitors in Dallas. I was thinking about going this weekend, but I just opted to not go. But good luck to all the staff and players.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically been it. I played a new VR game, Moss. It's a platformer adventure game, kind of like not VR, Astrobot VR, where you are the camera control. You are the camera, and you have your controller, and you can move your character around in the world. The world of Moss is told. I'm not quite sure where the story is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is the game loads you up in a library, and you're reading a book.
Okay.
And you're using the controller to flip through the pages. It's like a coloring book.
Yep.
I guess we're not coloring, but like a picture book.
Picture book
for kids. And as you're reading it, you get sucked into each chapter, like as the reader, and you're transported into this forest world, and you play as mice. Like your main character is a little mouse, and you're kind of going through the world, and you're trying to figure out where your uncle is. I guess there happened to be like a war centuries ago, which separated the fantasy world, like the creatures, and brought them all into the forest. And so it's basically like an third-person action game, but you are the camera. And the story's really weird at the moment because every once in a while it'll go like, hey, I found this little artifact and I need to get to find my uncle. And then some of the other characters like, but you have a reader with you. And the story actually references you being in that world, and you can see yourself in reflections on the water.
Interesting. Is it you?
I don't know. I think it is. Because it's like he keeps referencing like I've got this omnipotent character helping me through my adventure.
You're just a Lakitu.
Apparently, I'm not far off from it. And it's got some like puzzle elements you have to figure out. You've got it's a DualShock game, so you don't actually use the move controllers.
Oh, okay.
You just have the controller.
Yeah.
So what you do is that's how you move the pages. You press the R2 and then you move back and forth. When you're in the actual world itself, there's different elements that you can interact with the controller. So for example, you need to jump across this gap. The character can't jump, but you can move a block into the way so that they can make the jump
Ooh,
with the controller. So
works.
you do interact with the world to some aspect, and it is very much like Astrobot VR, where you are you are the character in the game,
yep,
as well as part of the story. And just it's just a really pretty looking game. It
nice.
almost feels like you're in a diorama. You've got different like art pieces around you. You've got this like you're going into a castle, and the camera shifts into the different angle, and you're in the castle, and you can kind of zoom in and look at different character models. And you know, I love the VR games that treat you in the world as you are.
Yeah.
Because you know, every once in a while, idle animation, the mouse will kind of like look up at you, and as you're moving around, it's like, oh, cool, I'm actually part of this game. That's really, really different and really, really unique.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely. And Moss is not PlayStation exclusive. I think you can get it on Steam as well.
Cool.
So it's not like, and it's VR only. You can't not VR this game. So.
Drat.
So, one of these days.
One day. It is. It's one of those things where as long as like PlayStation keeps supporting it.
They are.
And they are, which is good. It's not the.
One of these things I have to figure out with my
Vita.
my headset. I need to figure out. Poor Vita. I'm getting a lot of drift issues with my headset.
Oh yeah.
So like if I'm sitting still, it'll like kind of jitter a little bit.
Like bouncing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not. Maybe my setup's not great with it. So that might be it. So when I get in place, the house it'll rectify.
With room.
With room. Maybe that'll help with it.
You always think you have room until you start.
Yeah,
putting
exactly.
things.
Yeah, I did the math. I thought I had the room for the VR, the PlayStation VR. I technically do.
Yes.
But I don't.
Yeah.
So, I think it's just an issue with the gyro in the headset itself. Because when I'm in cinematic mode, it doesn't do
that.
No. So I haven't really spent much time working on it yet. So that's what I'm up to.
There you go. Cool.
That's what I'm up to.
Cool.
Excellent.
Tune in next week then.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yes.
On the post-credit show.
Post-credit show. Press the like button.
Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it.
Subscribe.
Hit it. Hit it.
Like us.
On Discord.
Follow us.
Do it.
Do all the things.
Do it. Do it.
Hold on.
Do it.
Do it. Why aren't you doing it?
Do it.
I can't copy off of here.
Nope.
I have to copy that. I can't copy text.
Nope.
No, that's not gonna work.
Nope.
I wonder if it's still in my thing. Hold on. Watch this.
Paste it.
I'm going
Smash it. Smash it.
Smash the paste.
Smash
button.
it.
Why can't
Hit.
I do anything? Nope, that didn't do it.
Why can't I ask myself that all the time.
Hi, dog.
Hello.
Either way.
Welcome.
Check out barrelrollnews.com to find all the links to all of our social media sites like, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All of them will have updated posts because I don't have to do it anymore.
Yay.
So stay tuned to all of those things.
Indeed.
If you do want updated news from us, Discord is the best place to find it.
Yep. It's the active place.
It is definitely the more active place, so check us out on Discord. Support us the best way you can. You can check out streamlabs.com/barrelrollnews.com, or barrelrollnews, sorry.
And
or
anything else? Twitch.
Normal
Twitch. Nothing
nope.
fancy on Twitch.
Share it with your friends. Tell your friends. Tell your loved ones.
Tell your
you know what? If you're going to sleep at night, check that out. That's what else we can say.
We're
podcasting forms.
Or just if you are.
Are you sleepyhead? Want to listen to us, not watch?
Want to listen to my deep, sexy voice?
Hello.
I used to listen to a lot of podcasts.
Go to sleep.
When I went to sleep,
And good
I always
night.
fell asleep.
Either way,
The podcast.
you can find us on Google Podcasts, iTunes Podcasts,
And
Spotify Podcasts,
yeah.
and a whole bevy of other ones. If you want to find all those, head to anchor.fm/barrelrollnews or BrNN. So check all those out.
We'll talk to you guys soon.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.